And welcome to Easy Collaborative Art, where I share 3 simple insights into pattern play collaborative art, my structured yet free-form approach to painting with groups of all ages and abilities. I'm Charndra, and in episode 32, I'm talking about how to paint a group mural with any small group in a way that builds confidence, sparks creativity, and creates a real sense of shared ownership and connection. Idea 1. Start before the mural even begins, with primer and underpainting. When people think about how to paint a group mural, they usually picture the colourful painting part, but honestly, the personal impact starts before the colour goes on. If there's an old mural, we always say thank you and goodbye, and then cover it with thick white primer to create a fresh surface. This stage is low stress and calming, and it helps people relax. And in any case, we always do 2 coats of primer. One is white and the second is tinted. And that is the underpainting, a tinted base layer rolled and sponged onto the wall or panels if you're doing a panel. Big rollers, soft colours, messy edges. People find this incredibly freeing, and this is before we even get to the messy playing stage. In every school I work with, the students help apply this first layer. It matters. They're not just helping, they're building personal and shared ownership of the entire project. And straight away, the mural stops feeling scary. It's no longer a blank public surface. It already feels friendly and full of possibility. That underpainting removes the pressure of the first mark and quietly tells everyone this space is shared and you belong here. Idea 2. Messy first, then patterns every time. Once the base is dry, we move into messy playing, usually about a week later. By then, it already looks interesting and people are watching and commenting. This is where everyone really relaxes, again. Big brushes, simple shapes, clusters of marks. Lots of circles, arches from the edges, swirling spirals, and groups of dots and other marks in sets of 3. In 2 different sizes, big and small, for simplicity, because medium just happens. I always say to do sets of 3, but they can do whatever. That clear instruction, along with watching the others and myself on the wall, frees them to be creative. I encourage the kids to move around, respond to the large chalk prompts I sketch up to get them going, and work beside different people, form small teams, then swap around and paint over other areas and around each other. In one mural with a group of teenagers, the messy layer ended up being the favourite part for some of them simply because they knew they couldn't mess it up. They said it felt freeing, like there was no right or wrong, because they're right. The magic is always in the layers. Once that energy is on the wall, we shift into the exploring stage of the next session, exploring patterns. I offer sets of my pattern play pages. They choose one that catches their eye, pick a colour, and explore that set of 5 patterns across the wall. As they move around, rhythm and movement start to emerge on the mural. They swap prompts, repeat patterns in different sizes and colours, or naturally adapt them in their own way. The structure actually frees their creativity because creativity loves constraints. Now and then during each session, we stand back and look for areas to balance, to add contrast, or to develop further, encouraging their own artistic eye. This structure, big brushes first, then medium and smaller as the layers build, is what keeps the mural cohesive and gives it depth and visual richness. Idea 3. Finishing touches bring pride and ownership. The final stage is bling. This is where everything comes together and gets tied in with finer lines and details. We use paint pens, adding little marks and patterns and details and ornamentation and decoration, and respond to what's already there. We do patterns along lines, around shapes, and in small clusters that link areas together. It's meditative. It's relaxing. Kids already love doodling, don't we all? So they naturally slip into a creative flow, wandering from place to place, working alone, in pairs, or in small groups to develop a pattern in an area. I've seen kids do little mandalas and then build on them together into something beautiful. We also add bursts of nail polish dots and patterns with glitter glue. Yes, the glitter glue will wash off, but it's fun. And the kids doing these different sorts of activities each session is just very exciting to them because I think, I never thought I would be painting with nail polish on a wall today, and then they are. All we need are trays of paint pens and the pattern play pages, basically. It's calm, it's focused, they can see what they've created, they hear the positive comments from the people walking past, and they feel proud to be a part of it. And there's also one simple ritual I always include for every mural. I hide each student's first name somewhere in the mural, hidden in plain sight, for them to find later. Also, at the end of every session, we stand back and we give each other a clap. And then we give ourselves a clap. And I say, this is your mural. And I encourage them to tell others, I painted this. This moment is huge for confidence. So let's quickly recap today's 3 ideas. First, start with primer and underpainting to make the wall feel safe and inviting and give a lovely background to work on. Second, use messy playing and then layer patterns for the exploring stage to build confidence and experience artistic flow. And number 3, finish with the bling. And then everybody will feel pride, ownership, and a sense of completion from adding those final details to the artwork. Simple steps, big impact. So if you've ever thought, I'd love to do a group mural, but it just feels overwhelming, I want you to know it really doesn't have to be complicated. Collaborative art is simple. It's fun, and this process works beautifully even with beginners. I've done these murals with groups from 8 to 100 plus, not all at once, of course, up to about 15 at a time has been the most, I think, maybe 20. And they all feel the pride of the shared achievement. If you'd like to see examples of murals I've created in specialist disability schools, primary and high schools, and community settings with adults, head to the blog post linked with this episode and also explore the collaborative art murals section of my website. I also warmly invite you to sign up for my free beginner